నమస్తే. ప్రపంచవ్యాప్తంగా కరోనా విజృంభిస్తోంది. ఇప్పటికే లక్షలాది మంది ప్రాణాలను బలి తీసుకుంది ఈ వైరస్. అయితే దీనికి మందును కనిపెట్టే దశలో ఉన్నారు శాస్త్రవేత్తలు. అయితే కరోనా వైరస్ ఒక్కో రకం ఒక్కోలా వ్యాప్తి చెంది కనిపిస్తోందంటున్నారు. ఇక ఇదే అంశంపైన మరింత సమాచారాన్ని అందించడానికి మనకి లైవ్లో అందుబాటులో ఉన్నారు సిసిఎంబి డైరెక్టర్ రాకేష్ మిశ్రా గారు. ఆయనతో మనం మాట్లాడి ఈ పరిశోధనలు ఏ విధంగా జరుగుతున్నాయి, ఇది ఎన్ని రకాలుగా రూపాంతరం చెందుతుంది, ఈ విషయాలన్నిటి మీద కూడా మనతో ఆయన మాట్లాడడానికి లైవ్లో అందుబాటులో ఉన్నారు. రాకేష్ జీ, గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
వెల్కమ్ టు హెచ్ఎం టీవీ. ఐ థింక్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ టైమ్ యూ ఆర్ టాకింగ్ టు ఏ రీజనల్ ఛానల్. Thank you so much for joining us. And as we know, the whole world is facing this problem, Mishra ji.
Yes.
It is getting transformed in various forms. People want to know, how many forms does it have?
Virus, see the coronaviruses are known for this, which is changing their sequence, their variable, and that is why difficult to catch them with a drug or with a vaccine. Like a common cold or HIV, we don't have proper vaccines or drugs against them. Same thing is with the COVID-19 virus. And this virus is not particularly fast mutating, but it is mutating as is expected. And now there are all over the world something like 7-8 major what we call as clades of this virus. And in India there are broadly two major clades, and more recently now it is becoming one major clade. Other clade is slowly disappearing. So you can say we have now for the India one main type of virus, and there are some small similar same virus but little bit variation in the sequence. But we have now one major thing which is more recent results are indicating that.
Okay. I think in various countries it is getting transformed in different ways. In America it is behaving in a different way. In India it is behaving in a different way. So it is getting transformed in various forms.
See, the behavior of the virus differently in different countries has multiple factors. One is the sequence of the virus, and the other is even the response of the people. Different ethnic groups have distinct immunity or resistance or response to a disease. So it is partly because of that as well. India so far, what we see is that mortality is less, and most cases are asymptomatic. That is a good thing. But that probably is not necessarily because of the virus. It is because of the other factors in the country. And virus will mutate independently. After some time, each country will have its unique virus, because if there is no intermixing of the people. If people keep mixing, then virus also will keep mixing. But otherwise, it evolves by spontaneous mutations. So different countries will end up having different variations in this virus.
Okay, Mishra ji, and many people are asking that what is the link between weather and climatic conditions?
So far, what we have seen, many of us have already said in the beginning also, that there is no link to the spread of the virus and the weather condition. We have seen in cold countries, there were some hope that in summer it will not spread, but you can see in summer it spread more. So because the virus actually is spreading from people to people largely, so temperature or weather conditions are not going to play any major role in this. What is the major role in spread will be how close contact people are, how they are without mask exposed to each other and things like that. It will not be weather condition, humidity or temperature.
But when we see in America, it is spreading very rapidly, but when we see in India, it is spreading very slowly. Is there any specific reason?
One of the reason is the way you see the spread. If you test only, you will know how much is the spread in India. Right now, as we know that different states are testing at a different speed, and I don't think many states are testing uh, as much as they should be testing. Whether they have capacity or not, whether they have resources or not is a different issue. But overall in India, we are testing less, so we will see less spread because we are not seeing it. And lucky part is that most of the people are asymptomatic. So if many people were symptomatic, then whether you test or not, they will come to hospital. But if we are not testing, then we will not count people. So, and in America, they are testing more, so they will find more cases. That is one point. Second point is America is ahead of us in this infection. They started, the problem started there much before, I think a month or two before it became more serious in India. So by that point, that way we are, I think, a month or so behind America in the case speed. So we will, looks like we will go closer, but right now we should not compare because our testing throughput is less, and they are ahead in time also because infection began there earlier.
Okay. And Mishraji, these days people are talking about plasma therapy. Even Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal also recently spoken about that. So how useful it is plasma therapy? Is it an alternative or is it a temporary solution? What do you say about it?
See, plasma therapy is known for many decades, for a very long time, for treatment of something where we don't have any other alternative. So, for COVID-19, considering that there is no vaccine, there is no proper drug, there is no other alternative, so plasma therapy is given permission as an emergency experimental medicine, experimental treatment. So, doctors can request for this, permission is given to them, and if patient agrees, this can be done. So this is not a standard treatment, but it is very useful because it is saving life of most of the time for the people. There will be few setbacks in this as well, because after all, when you are bringing in 200 ml of plasma in a person, there may be allergic reaction or some other response, and not to think of infections which may be there, which may go unnoticed. So, but if those things are taken care, plasma therapy is a good emergency substitute because it can save life, which is important.
But the government of India is not taking or not considering as a regular treatment.
No, nobody in the world considers this as a regular treatment. It's not only government of India, and there is no reason to consider it a regular treatment because for several reasons. One is you have to do very large scale random trials first to say that it works and it doesn't work. So those we don't in this kind of emergency with this kind of because you for each plasma therapy you require one blood donor. So it is very there are many limitations in this. So this will stay as a emergency treatment. All over the world, it is considered only an emergency. It's not considered as a regular drug.
And I heard CCMB is doing a lot of research on COVID-19 and how your research process is going on so far. Have you come to any conclusion or still the process is going on?
So we are doing several kinds of research. One is we are testing for the virus infection from the sample that we get from the state government, and we are improving the methods of testing because that is very important. And we have made suggestions to the ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, who authorizes new tests. And we have made suggestions that you can consider swabs dry. We don't use to put in the liquid VTM. We can shortcut some steps of the testing, and testing can be done much faster with much lesser cost. And so that is one work CCMB has done. And other thing we are culturing the virus in the lab. So we take the virus from the patient and bring them in the lab and grow in large quantity in the lab so that we can study the virus carefully, how it behaves in the cell. And we are also using the same virus preparation for making antibodies which can be useful for treatment with the help of companies trying to make vaccine against the whole inactivated virus. And we are testing number of drugs that many people have suggested that this may be for some reason a anti-COVID drug. So in the cell culture, we can add the drug and show if the virus is surviving or virus is dying while cells are okay. So these are things which are doing, which are helpful in managing this disease.
Okay. And Mishraji, ICMR guidelines are getting changed frequently. And what do you think, how the things are going on in Telugu states or around the country? Are they going according to the ICMR guidelines or in any other way?
So ICMR guidelines are the only thing that everybody follows, and guidelines change. There are reasons for them. I would not outright blame ICMR for that, because the situation is changing, status of the disease is changing, so you have to change. For example, in the beginning there was only one institute doing the test,
Yeah.
which NIV. Now there are more than 1,000 institutes doing the test in the country. So it depends on the requirement. Earlier there were only 3-4 places which were validating. Now there are some 20 labs that are validating. CCMB is one of them. So like that, many changes have to be brought as situation improves. Sometimes changes that are brought are slower and those things, but is a pandemic situation. We don't expect big things in an ideal way, because everybody is stressed and everybody is under tremendous pressure to manage this disease. And I think in terms of southern states or Telugu states, situation is comparable or maybe better if you compare to some worse hit states like Maharashtra or Delhi and all. But we need to be very, very careful and test as much as possible so that we can advise or manage the cases in a better way. Because this disease, although we are lucky that there is less of symptomatic cases and most people are asymptomatic, but if very large number become infected, even the small fraction that is needing hospital requirement may be so high that will not have place in the hospital. So that will be very unfortunate, because then people will die just because they didn't get a bed in the hospital. So that is I think the key thing which we have to worry about and ensure that doesn't happen. And that we can do only by testing and segregating infected and uninfected people, doing some kind of restriction of movements and proper containment practices, and those things will be required.
Okay. And Rakesh, the whole world is waiting for one moment right now. Almost all the countries, about 200 countries, that is vaccine. So when can we expect this vaccine as per your idea?
All the experts in the world, they are saying, and I also agree, that vaccine will be maybe next year sometime, if at all. See, you should remember that there is no coronavirus against which there is any successful vaccine till now, and there are many coronavirus disease now. So, which means that making vaccine against these viruses is difficult thing. But having said that, now there are more than 100, maybe closer to 200 different projects going on all over the world. Never in the history of humankind so many people have tried to make vaccine against one virus simultaneously. So there is a good chance also, and there are at least 10-12 vaccines which are in stage 2, stage 3 trials, which is very advanced stage. So we can hope that there will be some vaccine, but this will be several months from now, maybe beginning of next year. And at the moment, my suggestion is not to wait for vaccine. Vaccine will come when it comes, not to depend on vaccine rather, and take steps which are necessary at the moment. Because if we wait for vaccine for 5 months, 6 months, that will be a disaster. We have to contain the disease at this time without the vaccine, because vaccine is not going to help for this pandemic. It will be for later use.
Okay. And Rakesh, there is one more question. Presently, there is a contradiction going on, speculation, discussion is going on in India, especially in Telangana and both Andhra Pradesh as well, about the group transmission. Has India entered group transmission stage? In your point of view?
Group transmission is there is nothing very big about that or very bad about that. So if you can see, the transmission is if you are able to trace the person who spread the infection has traveled from somewhere else and has been in some contact, then you can say that it is not a group transmission. But if you cannot trace that from where I got the infection, if I got, so that means I have got from some community or from some group or something. So I think practically, if you see, if you don't analyze the data, if you don't do enough contact tracing, then you can say whatever is convenient. But all indications are that community transmission or group transmission, whatever you want to say, is happening at some level all over the countries, not only here. You don't expect 5 lakh people who have got infected, they have traveled and because of that they have got infection. And that is what we have measured. If you do more tests, you will find maybe we have 10 times more number of people or even more that are infected. So these people have not traveled and got somewhere. But there is nothing to worry about community transmission or something. It's something very common, and it just doesn't change the anything that we need to do. So maybe ICMR or governments, they will figure out with their statistics, and when they have proper data in front of them, they can say whether there is community transmission or not. But I will say, in the interest of the people, that it actually doesn't matter. What we have to take care is that we don't spread and don't get infected. That is the key thing. So for that, if people assume that there is a community transmission, is good for them, so that you don't go and expose yourself in the market, in the tea shop or vegetable market. Take care, because anybody may be carrying the infection and you may get infected from the person. So that is the safest. Good thing is we know how the infection spreads. So we can take care then, that if we properly wear the mask when we go out and stay away from a crowd, you are pretty safe. If we do 2 3 things, which is I would take advantage of your channel and convey this message, that if you wear mask when you outside your house, and keep distance unless it is really necessary, and as short as possible from any person outside, and wash your hand properly with the soap few times, you can almost ensure that you will not get infected. So let's do that, because that is the way, that is the vaccine we have today. Let's not hope for a vaccine tomorrow or a drug tomorrow. They may come, very good. If it doesn't come, we can manage. So that's the message people should have, that we can manage this disease because we understand some part of it. The drugs and vaccines will come. At the moment, today we have to wear the mask so that we don't spread, we don't get infected, and most importantly, vulnerable people, senior citizens, they should be protected, that they are not exposed, so that we don't end up in a hospital. So that will reduce the transmission, that will reduce the number of people who will require hospital, and we will get the other side of the pandemic with less difficulties and less damage.
Okay. And Rakesh ji, coming to Hyderabad city, you might have seen the Hyderabad city in many places. How is a present situation in Hyderabad? Are things under control, or do we have alarming situation?
See, if you look at the numbers are increasing, and which is expected also, because with the lockdown, maybe there was some control. After the lockdown, people start moving around, so, and there are more interactions. Since we know it is spreading person to person, if people are not taking care of wearing mask and distancing, it will spread. And as I said, we don't have to get panicked or worry, but we should take that situation is alarming, because number of cases keep increasing, and so will be the number of bed requirement in hospital and number of death. All this will go in that proportion. So Hyderabad is not anything unique in terms of bad or worse, but I think being a big city, always you have a risk, because lots of activities happening, so we have to take special care. So situation is serious, but having said that, I immediately want to say that we understand how to manage with this situation, and that's what people have to do. It will require people participation. There is not much that medical interventions can at this time. They can only test, give advice, and give help when the one gets hospitalized. But there are ways of preventing that from happening. We can reduce the number of infections if we are careful as community.
And Rakesh ji, we have less time, and finally I want to ask a question. And many
Yeah.
people are raising doubts about the number of testings, especially in
Yeah.
Telangana. Is
Yeah.
testings, do we need to increase the, the government, are the testings happening satisfactorily? Or do we need more testings?
See, that is, there is no question that we should do more testing, and so if you ask me, it is not satisfactory because we need to test more. Whether we can test more and we are not doing, whether we have a capacity, and I think the government is doing it best because we are a testing center. We know how many samples are coming. We are running at full capacity. So are the other centers, and these tests are very difficult tests. It's not easy, as you may be knowing. It takes 12 hours, 15 hours to do one test, and it's expensive. It requires trained human resource, and it's one of the very sophisticated kind of test doing, which is you collect a sample, then you isolate RNA from that, then you convert that into DNA, then you amplify and detect the thing. So it's very sophisticated and time consuming and expensive test. So that's why limitations are there. In Hyderabad, so many government hospitals, government labs, they are involved in testing. So what we need to do is improve the methods of testing, which many of us are doing. So maybe in coming weeks things will be better. We can also increase more number of places where testing can be done. Like for example, participation of private hospital, which is happening. So I think we are using at the moment capacity that we have. Maybe we should have more capacity, and with the improvement in throughput and efficiency, we will improve.
Rakesh ji,
Yeah.
at this point of time, from the government point of view, what government has to do, and from the people point of view, what people have to do, your suggestion to them.
Yeah,
Finally.
so my suggestion to the government will be that we should try and do as much testing as possible, which I know we are doing at the full capacity, but capacity can be probably increased. And if suggestions that we have submitted, if ICMR adopts that, it will improve immediately. We can do 3-4 fold more testing that is possible. So let us hope that this will happen. I think, and the government should see that there is a supply of the healthcare workers are taken care. So from the through your channel, I would very strongly say that the most important thing for the government is to see that hospitals are well equipped. All the people have PPE, which is protection equipments for the healthcare workers, because they are our real crucial people at the moment, because they are touching the patients, they are taking care of the patients, so they must be taken full care in terms of protection that is given to them and all the facilities that are there. That is most important thing to do. For the people, their role in this situation is more important than the role of the government.
Yeah.
If imagine that everybody wears mask when they go out of the house, keep distance wherever it is required when we are outside, wash our hand with the soap for 20 seconds frequently so that we don't unnecessarily touch things and bring to our mouth. If we do these three things strictly, we can really win this virus. So the victory is in the hand of the people.
Yes,
It is
sir.
not in the hand of government. Government can keep saying, but it's the people who have to do this, and that is the way we are going to win it. And I'm sure people will respond, because it's not only you are protecting yourself, it is your
Exactly,
social
100%,
responsibility.
sir.
You have to protect others as well.
Yeah. Rakesh ji, thank you very much. Pleasure talking to you. We hope
Thank you.
vaccine may come very soon. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for joining us.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for